What's up, Gunpla modelers? Today is the day. Today is September 10th, 2017, and today I am going to announce the winner of the Summer Gunpla Custom Contest for 2017. 4 months ago, I've announced on May 15th that my contest where anyone can join in. Basically, what you need to do is take a non-Gundam IBO kit, basically any of the grunt suits, and customize it. Make something unique, make something different, make some sort of slight variations of some sort, something that makes it different from what it originally was. It could be any of the non-Gundam units. Obviously, you couldn't use none of the Gundam units, not even the weaponry, not even the armor. Just basically everything from the grunt suits, even you can use the weapon sets, of course, but you couldn't use weapons or parts from other brands or kits from the Gundam line. Decals from any sets was allowed, and unfortunately I did not let everybody know that in time, so that was my bad, but no big deal. During this time, I've been reviewing 35 entries. 35 entries that you guys have sent me on my email. There was so much email that was coming in, I had to double check, triple check, and do it again looking at all my email that you guys sent me. Some of you guys sent me with your title of Summer Contest, others did not. And in case I miss you, I apologize. But I looked at everything that I received as attachments. Some of you sent it to me via Google Drive, which is okay, but as long as you did something, thank you anyway. But 35 entries for this summer. And I know some did submit requests, but they couldn't make it, I guess. And I did receive one email from someone that had to cancel out. So, I know it's not for everybody. Everybody had to, enjoy their summer or had other obligations. But let me just tell you this: each one of you guys has done an amazing amount of work, an amazing amount of customization. I see some great ideas for me when I make something like this as well. And I hope that while we're reviewing each photograph, you guys are also inspired into making your own custom kits as well. But let's begin looking at all these photographs. This is going to be a very long video. Hopefully I'm not going to take too much time. 35 images. I'm going to see if I can try to keep it down to a minute, but this is going to be an hour-long video, so let's get started. So the first entry I got was from a gentleman by the name of John Antoli Go. And I apologize if I butcher names, so I apologize ahead of time. So, yes, John introduced his Man Rowdy kit with parts from the Hycurian and bits from the Shinden. And he made this mobile suit. He's referring to it as a 1/35th scale Soviet mech suit called the Comrade Rowdy. The overall design is interesting because he used, of course, the legs of I believe, the Hycurian, and I don't know if that's the arms of the Shinden, I could be wrong. The Obviously the torso is the Rowdy itself. Customization work very well detailed along the legs, along the arms. The head is nice. The back area is good, especially with the smoke canisters off the side. So this is a great example using, of course, the decals, nice weathering effects, very nice. So that's a really good design right there. Next up is an entry by Winston Coe, bringing his kit, which he dubs it the Gray's Kai Full House. This is a very nice build, as you can see here. I really enjoy the paint color scheme here. He sent me a lot of photographs, but judging by how you're seeing here, how the amount of work he's put into this kit, it's really well done, really well executed. Clearly, he used the Hycurian as the base model, and he went to town with this, making his custom. Very good work on his part. I like the overall design. And the color separation is very nice. And of course, the pre-shading. You gotta love the pre-shading. So the next build is by a gentleman by the name of Stanley Chung. And he turned his Man Rowdy into an aquatic version dubbed the Jaws Rowdy. Very good color separations there. I see some extra parts added to the chest area. Um, the I like the fin that he has on top of the head, as well as the unique backpack and a different type of thruster replaced on the. Well, not different type. I think it's the same type, but he just added something onto it. He added little vents on the feet, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that. Good paint job on the machine gun. I think the most unique part would be the actual trident, the tri-spear, which is nice, and the aquatic type what do you call it? The harpoon gun that he used. Great decals I see there. It's really good, and good, of course, panel lining. So excellent work on a great kit on that. The next custom kit is from AT Customs, and he introduced his Ring and Glaze Ragnarok kit, which is a great. I love the color that he used, white with purple. Can't go wrong with that. And then of course little bits of uh, of yellow and red trim right here and there. There's some metallic on the thrusters. Pre-shading is spot on. I love, you gotta love pre-shading there here and there. Sword is interesting. Looks like he used something out of carbon fiber. I've always tried to see if I can replicate carbon fiber, but it's kind of hard. I know there's products for that, but he really nailed it on that one. Um, yeah, the separations of the colors, it's nice and subtle, but very very unique. So yeah, it's a great design right there for AT Customs. Before we move on to the next submission, Prime 92 could not join me on this video, so I guys apologize. I thought she could, but she couldn't, so sorry about that. But she did assist me reviewing these photographs, and we both looked at a lot of these, including this one called, which was submitted by John Mealy. He calls it the Shinden Schlide Heavy Arms version. Great. I've been always been curious about this mobile suit because I've never got it. I was never a big fan of the shoulders, but how it works on this one looks pretty good. I kind of like the dual cannons on the back, how it's set up. The cannons, the decals are nicely well placed. Um, Photograph, which could have been a little bit more cleaner, but I do like the gray and the light gray, the charcoal colors of the weaponry. I like the black knees. Um, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's really good. Good work on Mr. Mealy on a great kit and submission for this contest. Thank you. So the next build is by a gentleman by the name of Mark Reposer. He called himself Repo. I don't know why. I guess from the email that he sent me. But Mark sent me his kit, which is basically the resin glaze, but he referred to it as the resin glaze Go. And looking at it, first he sent the back portion of this kit, and I love the blue trim going around inside a yellow trim of the thrusters. That is really eye-catching right there. The designs of the thrusters are really nice, but I think what's striking is the yellow and chipping effects on the yellow, especially more blue trim around along the sides of the kit. I see some plot plate putting there. I see some panel lining, different layers of panel lining. But I think the most striking part about it is the fact that when you look at the kit, you look at it normally, yellow and black and gray and metallic, but if you turn off the lights, it does this amazing glow in the dark effect. That's not LEDs, that's glow in the dark. So that is an amazing work on Mr. Reposer. Good work, Mark. Excellent work on your kit. The next kit is from a William Wu, introducing his Hycurian Brave. Now, this is an interesting design. He added like a metal finish to this. He customized the shoulders, he customized I see a bit of the head, the waist unit, and gave it a metallic. Well, obviously it's a metallic look to it, but more like a knight in shining armor. Um, I I want to say it looks like he made mistakes, but I think he purposely did that because that armor is like really beaten and worn in, kind of like in battle, and it's you could see the effect. You don't want usually those knight in shining armors. Their armors are always beaten up and stuff like that, but this is well done in aspect. I kind of like the skirt idea that he did back there and the blade. But yeah, this is a really good design and well thought out idea on his part. Okay, so the next build is going to be by James Turner, who's also known on YouTube as Spider2K2. He introduces Grim Gurdy on his on for the contest, and it's very nice. This Grim Gurdy, I like the use of metallic paint on this kit. He refers to this kit as the Grimgurdy Fang, and he used layers of alclad paint on this kit, which is really nice. I kind of like how the colors are, the reflectiveness is very striking. This is a well done kit, especially with this type of paint, which is almost very, very difficult to do. But once you do it right, it comes out really good. He uses layers of airframe aluminum, copper, steel, all from Elclad. He used metallic green from Mr. Hobby and some burnt red and burnt blue from some Tamiya weathering pigments. Again, very nice, very clean. Hands down, he did a very good job on this. And who doesn't like a metallic coating on a Grimgurdy kit? I should have done that. Now, the next kit, of course, was built by this gentleman by the name of Joshua Dubois, and it's only one picture he sent me. It's not the clearest picture. I mean, you can see the details. He's basically took the Hycurian and give it a repaint, a good repaint though, because I saw the his paint work. Um, I wish there was more photographs. I did ask him. I didn't receive any. Maybe obviously he was busy or things like that. But this is of course his entry to the contest. He didn't give me a name, so I called it. I'm just gonna call it his Hycurian Custom. Thank you for entering the contest with this kit. The next kit was submitted by a gentleman by the name of Sean Ung, and he used his Shinden and painted it really well. Really interesting detail on this, making it white with black and blue. But I see a lot of like I don't know if it's a faded effect using the black and blue and metallic. I like that idea, but there's a nice reflectiveness to it. He's referring to this as the IO Frame Shinden Close Quarter Combat Custom. That's a mouthful, but yes, it's very nice. I like how he did the little what do you call it? Panel lining detail using the blue in the front chest, and of course the yellow eyes. Um, very nice indeed. Good color work on this. But you really kind of got me on that faded effect where on the shield where it goes from like a lighter color all the way to darker color. Good work on that. Very good work. So the next entry is by someone by the name of X3Z8. And he sent me an album to look at. And as you can see, here's the first one, the first picture. Using the Gray's custom and the option sets. You see, he used two of the option set one kits that I actually recently used on my Ran Rowdy. He made this custom where, if you see, he put on like some sort of like a camouflage net over it, kind of like a sniper type unit. Great color work on this. The tannish gray, I think it's tannish green of some sort with gray parts. The the paint job is nice and clean. Good work on the overall design. Yeah, it's very, very unique, and of course it has those leg setups on the back, and of course he get cover itself with a tarp so he can hide himself from targets. So very good idea, good work on his part. So thank you. So the next entry was a gentleman by the name of Alex Gonzalez, and he is using the Hugo mobile suit as well as option sets number 5 and number 7. And with a lot of, I guess, detailing, scratch building, and different types of paint, he introduced his kit, which he refers to as, um, hold on a second, he refers to it as the Hugo Shenlathropus Custom. Sorry if I didn't say it correctly, but it it has an amazing camo job right there. Um, and I'm looking at it on various angles, and the one thing that I was surprised is that he actually obviously he painted all of it, or airbrushed it. It's the face that he hand painted into like that weird skull bird beak type thing. Very nice. I kind of I'm enjoying how I'm seeing it here. Good design work, and of course he made some sort of weird bird mode like thing in that side angle. So the paint job is amazing. Very good work on that. That's something that I would like to do. It's just clearly I don't have the patience for that. But again, it's an excellent entry for this build for this contest, and he did a good job building this. All right, so the next build is by a gentleman by the name of John Martell, and using the gray Zines, and clearly using a lot of separation, some scratch building parts, and maybe even photo etch parts. He made his custom kit known as the Custom Grays Golgata. Hopefully I pronounced that right, Golgata. He says it's in Norwegian. It's referred to as Calvary, and this is actually an amazing paint job here with this. All right, so we have a series of off-white colors with red trim, some green, some charcoal, more like a lightish bluish color. He made a custom railgun, I guess using from some of the parts. Some of the option set parts are there in the back. And if I'm not mistaken, does that look like feet? Does this thing have, well, I don't think it's feet. I think it's more like it's still thrusters. But it has some great work there. I like the thrusters on. He has the metallic thrusters I see there. Um, this is actually really nice. There was a lot of photographs here, and I had, of course, cut it down to like these 6 photographs, especially looking at the gun. But it's great work. There's a lot of not only pre-shading, but panel lining and weathering all across all across his kit. There's even that claw arm, which really looks nice. So he did a very good work on this. I'm really impressed. The next build is by somebody by the name of Cheap Gaming. Very funny, I like that. But he introduced his build of the Grays Custom, and he calls it the oops, I'm sorry. He calls this kit the Grays Dark Matter. Um, Very good work on the paint job. Sorry the images are not that well focused. This is the best I can, what I can put up and what he can. But excellent work on the paint job on the green and the legs. Yeah, good trim work there. So yeah, it's really nice. A good entry to the contest. So thank you for bringing this in. So the next submission is by a gentleman by the name of John Bradley. He introduced his Region Lays custom called the 19. Um, it's a good paint job I see here. Decals are placed well. Nice color finish with the green and the gray. Kind of like that bazooka with the with the missiles in the front. Don't know if it's a minigun or anything like that. Never didn't pay attention to the guns. Over the shoulder cannons, grappling hooks on the shoulders, the melee weapon. Good paint job. I really like it. It's pretty good work on his part. So excellent work on this kid, Mr. Bradley. Excellent work indeed. The next entry is by Michael Bogos. He used his Shinden in the contest, and he decided to go a little different here. He decided to make his kit look like Reinhardt from the Overwatch video games. And he used parts from the Ryusi Go to make what you see right here. That is actually a really good idea with the hammer. And of course, the paint job, he made it silver. But the hammer idea is pretty cool. Um, it's 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 different. It's not something you normally see. Um, I see he's using the effect parts of the from Build Fighters. That's understandable. It makes a nice little effect, and it's good. I kind of like it. I see some some parts that he actually plot plated on, or styrene plated, you could say. But it's a good entry, and it's very original on his part. Next up is a build by Sean Carlisi. He took the Hakuri, and he sent me he showed me a lot of work in progresses here, but the overall design or the overall look of this mobile suit took me a bit from surprise, by surprise. I love the shoulder idea of it, like a samurai type shirt, that layer of armor on one on top of the other, and a good color separation of red with a light gray, dark charcoal, a little bit of darker gray. I see some metallic in the chest, portions of the arm. That's a cool idea of the horn idea. Very cool. And some blades on. Oh, I didn't notice that there are blades under his forearms, for cutting a mobile suit from up close and personal. So this is a really cool build. He referred to this as the Hakurian Bastion. Very nice indeed on his part. Next up is from someone by the name of Stefan Teprich. He took the high grade Shinden, the high grade Rui, and the high grade Helmwiger Rentcar. Can never see the pronounce that right. And did a kit bash on this into what you see here. It is referred to as the Shinden Ordnance. Interesting choice of words. Ordnance. I like that. Very nice. Um, there's a little bit of like chipping around the leg areas, and I believe the portion of the arms and where the weaponry are, and it's that effect that's on both the legs and the weapons itself. So yeah, it looks really interesting. I kind of like how it is. Good work on his part. Oh, I I didn't even notice that he put two of the turrets. I believe those are the turrets from one of the mobile workers, but I don't know which one. But excellent work on his part for this entry. Good entry. So the next custom build is from Wilma Williams 36, and he decided to take his Shinden. Pretty much did a lot of work on this with scratch building a giant sword, making a SWAT-like shield where it can protect itself during the distance. Very interesting concept idea right there. And he refers to this as the Junkyard Brawler. The Junkyard Brawler sounds like a rejected wrestler. But yes, obviously it's pretty much weaponed up. Good. I kind of like the black with the yellow trim or pattern. But what's so unique about it is that he put like a shark's mouth right in the chest area, and it almost looks like a lion's face right there, where you see the eyes and the ears or something like that. But it really nice. Good work on his part for this. That's something unique you don't normally see every day. Next up is from Marco Manetti, who introduced his build of the Gray's Ritter, and I do see that he used some parts from option set 2, the boosters, and he was inspired to make this kit look like something out of Attack on Titans. Who doesn't like Attack on Titans? He refers to this kit as the Gray's Titan Calamity War version. Now, I really am digging the white and blue trim on this, especially where it separates the blue section from the top, back, um, above the leg, and then of course in the chest area, and most notably the shoulders. Um, it also had, the shoulder, the booster can be separated, so it can look like that. But I kind of like this two sword idea. Really nice. Reminds me, of course, of my Gray's Ritter um, McGillis custom when I built last year. So excellent work on his part for making this kit. So the next entry is by a gentleman by the name of Rob Ford, and he shows me this kit that he decided to build, and I was impressed with what he did. He took the Grays, not the sorry, he took the Gur rail and parts. He used parts from the option set 8 and 9. He also added parts from the Gray's Eins, the boosters from the Gray's Ritter, and made this kit, which he refers to as, and you're gonna have to forgive me, I had the name here just a moment ago, the Guerrero Wanderer. This is really nice. The color design is interesting because I see that he used one color tone, but he actually separated it with some, I guess, some metallic on it, like a little bit of a scrape here and there, almost like scraping or like chipping effects. He extended, I'll read this. He extended the arms and torso, added thrusters to the legs and rear boosters, added articulation in the turrets, kind of like what I just did with my Burst Rowdy. He extended the main gun. Um, he added side skirt boosters, cleared camera lenses on eyes and guns. So he did really a lot of great work on this. I think my favorite part of this is the actual that spy camera type thing that he has. That is really nice. So he did a good job on this kit. So excellent work, Rob. So the next build is from a gentleman by the name of Awing Azim. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. And he used his custom Shinden, did a lot of scratch building, as I'm looking at here, and turned it into what he refers to as the ride and go. And wow, it's going. It has I like the sword that he's done, and um, I see the placement of the shoulders, the backpack, the custom V-fin. It actually looks like something out of Super Robot Wars. Customization on the side of the skirt. Good idea of the rifle with the bayonet. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I think the colors is really striking there. I like that separation of blue and red and white. Yeah, it's really nice. So he did a good job turning the Shinden into this kit. So excellent work on his part. So the next build is by Zack Rensberger, also known as Zack Aurelius on YouTube. He showed off his build on YouTube by extending the legs, and I believe he did the arms as well, on the Grim Gurdy. And his Grim Gurdy custom, which he referred to as the Grim Gurdy Racing type, has a very solid look to it. First thing, the tan color is nice and clean. Very clean. Again, I've never built the high grade version of the Grim Gurdy, but I really like it, and especially how it looks. Very IGPX to it. For those of you who don't remember that series, panel lining is spot on. The decal is spot on. Very good color, surface color is like very even. He did some detailing on the waist skirt armor. He cut it down a bit so it's a lot more streamlined. And as you can see in the pictures of it running, it is really nice. It's nice. It's a nice idea where you could turn a Gundam into like a racing unit, give it like some numbers and maybe some um, what do you call it? Sponsorship decals. Good. This is actually a very good. The one thing I kind of like the most is the solid white on the umbilical tubes in the back. It's very nice. This is by far an amazing paint job here, an amazing detail work, good scratch building. Excellent work, Zack. Good work. Next up is from Heath Kincaid, and he took his 144 scale, and I can never pronounce this properly. It's pronounced uh, Hekija, and converted it into this kit. Um, he refers to this as the Nibrus. Nibrus. Still, nice. Um, very, very wicked in a way with the scythe. I see some scratch building on that scythe, but I don't think I've seen that on any of the Kotobukiya lines. I had to double check that, but that is a scratch build, I believe. He did, I like the combo of like a dark bluish color and gray with bits of orange and light blue trim. But he went all out with the chipping effect, or either it's a chipping effect or a weathering effect, and using the tentacle things on the backpack, um, making looks very ominous looking. Excellent work on this. This is really nice on your part, Heath. So thank you for with this kit. So the next entry is by a gentleman by the name of Elliot Kuykendall. Hopefully I pronounced your name, and I apologize if I butchered it. He took the Ryui. Well, first he showed me the Ryui, and then he showed me what he was going to do with kit bashing. So he took that other kit that I just mentioned a moment ago. Oh my God, I just had it here a moment ago. The Heikiya and the Ryui. So both of those two kits, he merged them together to form this kit, which is referred to as the Hercurio, HekiroU. Hopefully I sent that correctly. If I butchered it, I apologize. Um, so looking at this, all right. So I thought it was metallic. Then I said that looks very, very pearlish color. But in essence, I really like it because it has two feels for it. It has a feel like Ultraman mixed with Gurren Lagann, kind of like something like that. He did very good job with the detailing of the green, the separation of the red, especially like how he did with the shield. It was very good. The cannon looks all right. Um, and I like that faded green. It's like in the face mask. So he mixed those two together to make this kit, and I really like it. It's nice and solid. At first, you got me on the metallic, but it wasn't. So he did a lot of scratch building, plot plating. So excellent work on your kit. Good work. So the next build is from a gentleman by the name of Jose Gonzalez, and he entered it with his Shinden, plus using option set, I believe, option set number 2, with the bazookas and all that stuff, scratch building the weaponry, and he made it a little different. He calls it the Ronin Custom. And what's so interesting about this is when you look at the picture, at first I thought it was in reverse, but no, he did it on purpose. This kit has no head. It has actually some railings on the top, reminiscent to Titanfall. Very, all right, that's nice. Yes, it's from Titanfall 2. Now, I have Titanfall 2. I haven't played it yet, and I have a friend of mine who asking me, dude, we gotta play Titanfall. Now I'm trying to get into it. So I like, all right, so one thing about this Titanfall idea, nice. I like the metal wiring going around the legs, the chest, the crotch area. So it actually simulates like, if one of the soldiers needs to run up and go up on the unit. So I kind of like also the triple barrel grenade launcher, which is really nice, and the sword. So yeah, this is actually this is really cool based off a game that I guess a lot of people are building or playing right now. So his idea of using the Shinden as and turning it into the Ronin Custom, excellent work on his part. Next up is from a Joshua Gardner, and he sent me this beginning, the kit he was going to work on. He was going to use the McGillis Grays high grade kit, and he's calling it the Schwab Grays. It's an interesting color design right there. He's using the grappling hook as a portion of the shield. He's using the booster from the Kamaris Trooper. Excuse me, from the Kamaris, not the Kamaris Trooper. Sorry about that. He redesigned, repainted the shield. I think he shortened the barrel on the gun, but I could be wrong. Good paint job, a combination of blue and a lighter tone of blue, metallic that is. I don't know if it's metallic or probably maybe even glossed it up a bit. I kind of like what he did with the Lance gun on this kit. So he did a really good job on this. So excellent work on this type of color tone for this kit. Excellent work. The next entry is a gentleman by the name of Mark Rafael Grande, and he used both the Ryui and the Hekija along with option set number 6 and turned it into this kit called the Phantom Hakurio or Hakurii. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. I'm sorry. Now, this gentleman did an extensive amount of work using plot plate, using parts, using plot plate, using, the option parts, scratch building, but he did other things as well. He used parts from a DVD-ROM, from parts from an old toy of the barrel of a tank. I did say none of the Gundam parts or any other model robot parts, but he used other parts from, like leftover parts from regular toys. And I didn't say you shouldn't use that, so yes, he was okay with that. Using some rods and joints from RC cars. Did an extensive layering of color how can I say this? Like he added extra detail on every piece of weaponry and item everywhere. And this gentleman sent me a lot of photographs, but I'm only showing you these 6-7 photographs right now. And I have to admit, this is a very, very clean, thought out build. He actually showed me various versions of this. The decaling is well done. He decided to go with a black base with a light gray, another grayish tone, maybe metallic tone, to bring out the highlights of this. And of course, white decals gives it a good look to it. It's a solid paint job. I don't see no problems with it. Good. I mean, this is layers upon layers of work that he has done with this kit, especially the weaponry. He actually went all out with the weaponry as well. Um, I do like everything apart, everything from this. One of the weapons, which I didn't show, has one of the turrets of the mobile worker on top of the gun and on top, as a secondary weapon or as like a sight weapon. So hats off to him. He really, really went out of his way to do something like this. So the next build is from a Queen Val, and he introduced his Man Rowdy, calling it the Man Rowdy Barney without the Y. So it's Barry. I think it's Barry. It's a good paint job in a way. Um, I kind of like the gloss blue on top of the around the metallic uh, blue, which is darker. He customized the eyes a bit. Um, Removed, I guess, the thrusters because I can't barely see them. Made it different. I don't think those are the legs of the from the Landman Righty. I guess he made his own custom legs using plot plate, using a special type of, I guess, a specific type of part from a kit, and putting a polycap there to support it in there. So yeah, very good work on this. Man Righty has always been a fun kit to build, especially if you do it right. And this is a very good paint job design here. So excellent work. So the next submission is by an Eric Tan, and he took his Shinden, customized it, and called it the Shinden Cannon Earth Branch. Obviously based off the second season of IBO. See, he did a lot of paint work on this kit with the white and orange. I've always been favoring the orange lately. Putting in the cannons over the shoulder cannons. Um, Using the same parts, I believe, from I forgot what kits he used, but it's a good job on this. I kind of like the background of the Tekadon he put there, so I don't know how he got where he got that, but it's pretty nice. But it is a good job on this, so excellent work, Eric. Thank you for your submission. So the next submission is by Jeremy Cerdera. Sorry if I said that wrong. Apologize. And he took his IO frame Shinden custom, modified it, and is calling it the Frame Shinden Custom. He filled in a lot of gaps in the kit using probably using putty, but he used a lot of plot plate as extra layers of armor over certain areas, like in the legs and the chest area and the skirt. But he did it purposely where one side has it and the other side does not. I see some photo etch parts there. I believe those are nails in the front part of the legs. But yeah, good color. I kind of like the color. So yeah, it's nice with the light. I guess it's like a purplish, lightish blue with gray trim. And I see some gold trim on the forearms. Yeah. All right. So this is a great build. Nice submission, Jeremy. Good work. Next submission is from an Omar Padilla, and he took the Gray's Kai and turned it into the Gray's Grass Sniper. Um, Clearly, he used a different type of head from one of the option sets, but I like what he did with the rifle, making it a long-range sniper rifle and, of course, a backup weapon for close combat. I think the most unique part of this is the fact that he introduced a kind of like a galil type mesh or like a fabric on top of him, so that way he's hidden from plain view or from a distance, so he can pick off his targets. I kind of like the green with brownish tan trim and some green, kind of like green patches on his legs. So good work on an interesting idea because we never saw sniper units in IBO. I think the second season we had um, that resin glaze kit where it has that railgun, but that's not considered a sniper. But good work on this part. Excellent work. Next up is a submission by the name of Joshua Nicholas. And his kit, he took the Shinden, made a lot of some detailing work on the entire body using plot plate or styrene sheets. And he turned it into this kit, which I asked him for the name of it, so he didn't send me a name. So I'm gonna call it the Shinden Custom. But as you could see, he did the three-tone camo, which is very difficult to do, especially at this scale and size. Um, even I have trouble figuring this out, but he figured out well. I like the inner frame is gold, and then of course the three-layer color of black. Well, no, I won't say black, more like charcoal, gray, and maybe a light blue. And then of course the gold trim parts on the weaponry, on the barrel, on the over-the-shoulder cannons. This is very, very striking. Very, very detailed work. Good, um, very solid. I don't see nothing there that could be different. Um, Excellent work on his part, and a lot of detail work he has done on this. So my hat's off to you. You actually really pulled a lot of work there, Joshua. So the next kit is from a Jason Shear. He took the Helmwig Renkar suit and did a lot of work on this, uh, applying a heavy layer of chipping on weathering, giving it like these little punching type scratch build parts to, for hand-to-hand combat. Modified certain areas of the kit, which I do see in the back area. And you have to forgive me, the sword is ominous and huge. So this effect, he put a lot of work on this. The plot plating he did extensive plot plating on the legs, on the arms, on the back area, on the front chest area. He gave it a different type of face plate. This is really, really heavy, heavy work there that he has done on an ominous kit. It almost reminds me, and I'm gonna say this, it almost looks like one of those power armored suits from Space Marines, 40K. Um, Excellent work on your part. Good work. So the next build is by a gentleman by the name of Chris Rabe, and he introduced his custom kit known as the Hycurian S1. Um, he did a lot of panel lining, I'm sorry, plot plating and tubing on this kit, as well as using weaponry from the IBL line, from the added kit line. And I kind of like how the red is on this kit. Very, very clean, very shiny on this with the separation of white and charcoal. I like the custom blade type spear that he introduced. Um, Looks really nice, especially the overall effect, like on the leading edge where it looks like the sharp end of the blade. So when the over the shoulder cannons looks really nice as well. So it's a great, great custom job, paint job right there. Good work, very good work, Chris. All right, so there you have it. 35 entries to the Summer Gunpla Custom Contest 2017. Um, I spent these past 10 days looking at each and every photograph, looking at all the detailed information that you guys sent me. I even looked at, make sure that I have all the email that came in to make sure I didn't lose anybody. But there were a few that submitted their work in progress, but they didn't finish their kits. And I had one that, of course, couldn't make it. He actually apologized, and that's just no problem. I could understand. But to those who sent me all this information, I had to review them. I had to watch it once, twice, three times, these photographs, up to 10 times. Me and Prime 92 reviewed each and every one of them. We enjoyed all of them, but out of the 35, we have to pick only three. You guys are all winners in my book, but these stand out. So for third place, the winner is Joshua Nicholas's Shinden Custom. Congratulations, you won third place. You will be getting the real grade Unicorn Gundam. For second place, and this one took a little longer than normal. It was a toss-up between two people, but we really enjoyed this kit, and I kind of like made the final decision that said, you know what, I like. I mean, we both like two kits that came out, but this I said no, this has to be second place because he put in a lot of work, especially with the detailing. Second place winner will be Mark Reposer and his Resin Lays Go. Congratulations, you won second place. You get the Master Grade Double Zeta Gundam version Kentucky. And finally, for first place, this one stands out the most in both color, in both smoothness, in both details and originality. It the photography was done well to the point where we saw each and every one of these pieces, but this person went a little bit ahead of himself and put customization on top of customization of not only specific parts of the build of the kit, but even the weaponry and whatnot. Even showed different types of poses and modes, like battle modes, both in the long range and close quarter combat. And it was basically when we were looking at these photographs and it was non-stop photographs. We're like saying, okay, this is the winner. This is definitely the winner. First place winner for the Summer Gunpla Custom Contest 2017 goes to Mark Rafael Grande. Congratulations. You won the 148 scale mega size unicorn Gundam. Congratulations on your build. You definitely deserved it. I'll be sending you guys emails to let you guys know that you all won. Clearly, I'm going to be asking you some questions so I can prepare to send you the prizes. But I'd like to thank you guys and all of you guys that I went through each and every part of the photographs and builds. You guys did amazing work. Thank you very much for being part of this contest. It was long and exhausting. I can imagine it was long and exhausting for you guys. Um, I hope you take something out of this and apply it to your future builds for other contests as well. So thank you very much. And what can I say but stay tuned for more Gundam models yet to come. You guys all have a great day.